Hello, everyone. When I was in Peoria on business a few years ago, a colleague and I arrived back from a late dinner. It was 9:15 or 9:30 or so in the evening. The parking lot behind this particular hotel was poorly lit, so it was quite dark. The parking lot was sort of nestled between the building of the hotel and this large public parking structure next door. When we got out of the car, I was approached by a rather large man who asked if he could sing for me. He shared this story about how he had come to Peoria to audition for a professional gospel choir, but had gotten his wallet stolen. So he was sleeping in the parking ramp. The audition was just in about 5 days or so, and the chilly night air wasn't good for his voice. So he needed to stay in the shelter. The shelter needed a photo ID. He had lost his wallet, so he needed $20 to get a photo ID to stay in the shelter, right? And he made it clear he wasn't looking for any handouts. He wanted an investment of faith. So his offer was to sing for me, right? And if I thought he was good enough to sing in a gospel choir, I don't know why he would think I was qualified to make that determination. But he said if I thought he was good enough to sing in this professional gospel choir, perhaps I'd give him a couple dollars toward the 20 he was trying to raise. And, well, of course I agreed, right? I mean, how do you pass that up? He then broke into this most beautiful a cappella rendition of Amazing Grace with his deep silken voice reverberating off the building walls and just filling the night air. It was special, it really was. And afterwards, we spoke for a few minutes and he shared a bit more of his story. And then I gave him $20 and we embraced and went our separate ways. As I turned back toward the hotel, I noticed sort of this small gaggle of guests had gathered at the entrance and had watched this whole scene unfold. And one woman said to me, "That's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen." Yeah, he's sure talented, I said, and she looked back at me and said, "I just never would have expected it." I smiled a bit, knowing what she meant. She never would have expected or thought that a homeless guy out on the street would be so talented. See, we tend to think that those who lack something lack everything. After all, how can a homeless man be homeless if he has real talent, if he has something of value to offer the world? And yet, we know that Picasso and Van Gogh died penniless. We know that Oscar Schindler, Edgar Allan Poe, Herman Melville, William Blake, and so many other very talented, gifted artists also died penniless. And the Beatitudes really caution us against this backwards logic, this way of thinking that what a person has in the material sense um, reflects what they have in the immaterial sense, right? We have this way of thinking that suggests that what a person has in the physical world is somehow a manifestation of what they have in the extra physical, maybe the spiritual world or the world of talent and expression. And it's not like that at all, Jesus says, not at all. Jesus, by the way, of course, he died broken and humiliated. People spat on him. These Beatitudes, blessed are the poor in spirit, blessed are the meek, the merciful, the peacemakers. They remind us that life's real value, right? The big payoff, if you will, comes not from what we have, but from what we pursue. I want to say that again. The real value in life comes not from what we have, but from what we pursue. Those who seek find. And if we already have it, if we are already holding it, we stop pursuing it, we stop seeking, we stop searching. So blessed are they who are not already filled up with the self-satisfying trappings of this world, those who are not already so comfortable that they've stopped seeking and stopped searching for the real deep meaning of life. Blessed are they who are not convinced that they somehow have the answers to life's questions and mysteries, that they already know the truth. Blessed instead are those who are seeking to enrich their lives and satisfy their hungers with humility and mercy, peace and justice and righteousness. They will see God. They will see God not because they have and hold the truth, but rather because they continue to seek the truth. They open themselves to an ever deepening, ever expanding, unending encounter with this infinite God. If that's you, right? If that's you like it is me, always seeking, always searching, still looking for answers, searching and trying to figure it all out. And perhaps at times feeling like you're a bit of a misfit because everyone else seems to have life all figured out, and here I am at this stage of my life still trying to find my way when everyone else seems like they're doing so well. If that's you, then rejoice and be glad. Jesus says, rejoice and be glad, for you are being drawn into the depth of a real, deep, meaningful relationship with God. May the poverty of the pilgrim rain down upon you, and may the poverty of the pilgrim stir the heart within you, and may the poverty of the pilgrim flow forth from you. Peace be with you.